Right guys, I'm back again. Today, well, next couple of days, 48 hours I'm here. You can see there, look, it's behind me. I'm on Brasenose Two after the Roach. This is peg 25. I'm not even got my gear yet. But what I'm going to do is nip back to the van, pick all my gear up, barrow it up here, and that'd be easiest for me because I've got high blood pressure. Need to lose a bit of fat as well, 'cause I'm getting a bit porky. So I'm going to barrow my stuff up here, and I think I'm going to sit in peg 25 for some roach for the next 48 hours. And I've been hearing there's a few roach come out of here just recently. Weather looks alright, I've got plenty of room to have a go at. So I spoke to Ian the bailiff last night before I come down. He gave me a few peg numbers. He says 25 onwards. So I thought, right, we'll do. There's not many people on actually Brasenose Two. There's some over there, I don't know if you can see. I don't know, was that a fish or was that a bird? That's a bird. So I've never fished Brasenose Two before, so it's a learning curve. It's a new year, I'll be honest with you. 2016 was absolutely pants. I caught sod all. Let's see if it pans out better this year. Catch you in a bit. Right then, they're set. Welcome back. It's been a long time, I know. Been busy with work, as you would imagine. So, Christmas is over with. It's now a new year. I'm hoping for a few more fish. But this week, I'm actually on B2, Brasenose Two at Linear Fisheries. I'm after the roach that live in here. Now, I get told for a lot of people there's a lot of roach in here, good roach. There's also a lot of carp if you can do carp fishing, obviously. Just been talking to Ian the bailiff. Basically, I'm fishing about 11 wraps. I'm not fishing too far out. There's a further spot, but it's way out there. It's about 60 yards. But the problem is, with the rods I've got and the gear I've got, I just can't hit that spot. So I found a nice area. It's 11 wraps. It's about 10 feet of water, so it's quite deep. And I'm hoping for a few tickles, a few roach, hopefully, this next couple of days. I'm only here for 48 hours. I've got a few days off work, so I thought, well, I'm going to come out, do a bit of fishing, do a blog, and see how things go. But me being me, last night I got all my gear ready. What I didn't check was my rods, so I've put my rods in, and one of the rods didn't have a reel on, so I've had to take the reel off my float rod and put it on my feeder rod, which is a little bit undergunned really. Still got 8-pound line on, but I just can't get that distance. That's, you know, that 60-yard distance. I'm using a couple of rigs, maggot feeders and a cage feeder. It's a little cage feeder from Preston. They're like the tackle shops as well. Have you seen these? Great little things. They're perfect for these rods. There's only £1.50 test curve, so I'm hoping to bag up on that. I've got some new ground bait I've been told to use, so give it a try. It's this Super Roach. It's only a kilo bag. Quite expensive, I think. It's that one there. So I've mixed the bag out up. It's in a bucket, so I'm using my little feeder on there. I'll show you the rigs a bit later on. I'm only here for 48 hours, I'm not going to bore you to death. I got here this morning probably about half past 9. I have no idea what time it is now, none whatsoever. But I've been like testing the areas out. I mean, I found a gravel area, but it's 60 yards out. That is the only problem with these. Well, I might be able to get it with one rod. I'll try that later, probably tomorrow. But with one rod, it's just a no-go. So I'm fishing no more than 30 yard out. So I'm hoping I'll put a bit of bait out. There's a new rule on Linear, by the way. I don't know if you've heard. It involves maggots that you can't keep. You know, you can use maggots, but you can only use them in PVA bags or a swim feeder, which is good. You know, you do get a lot of lads who come down and they pile it in. You know what I mean? We're talking gallons of bloody maggots at a time. Now it's a case of it's been cut down just to a small bag of PVA bag or a maggot feeder, which I'm using. So there's no problem there. But I've basically spawned out a load of hemp and corn. So that should be alright. A bit of luck, touch wood. So 48 hours I brought about 13 litre of hemp. I brought 4 big bags of corn. And I've also got some of this here you might like. I did it at home, very simple. It's just gunge. That's just liquidised corn. But what I've done with that is, before I put it in your food blender, what I like to do with it is put a bit of CSL liquid in with it. It just stops it from turning so quick. It just gives it a bit more of a boost. Now, it clouds the water up somewhat bloody yellow. It's bloody brilliant stuff. Been using it for a long time for the roach. I'm just putting a bit in my feeder, just to make a bit of a cloud, you know, just to try and attract some fish. You know, there's a lot of £2 roach in here, but you know, I'll have to see how it goes. I mean, I'm big fish hunting here. I'm not after tiddlers. So tomorrow might be like, you know, do a dare, put more bait out, make a big area like I've been doing now. We'll see how tonight pans out. I'm not expecting out really today. Possibly tonight. I'm hoping for a few fireworks. So that's practically it for now. And I will speak to you all very soon, hopefully. But yeah, I've not been about for a while. Don't worry, got some time coming up in springtime for a bit of fishing. So yeah, come on Roach. New year, new start. Last year was abysmal for fish, I tell you, it was shocking. So this year I'm hoping to be a lot better, you know. Touch wood. So, right, I will speak to you all very soon. But right now, I'm going to make a brew. I'm parched. Cup of tea. So, yeah, I'll talk you through the sum a bit later as well. Other things and bits and bobs. So, for now, I'll see you all later. Right chaps, back again. It's getting a bit nippy now actually. It's getting quite late. Well, it's not getting too late, but time's getting on. It is, what time is it? Just gone 3 o'clock and the sun's beginning to get settled down and it's not as warm as it was. And Christ, it's getting, you can feel the nip in the air starting to come. But it looks a bit grey up behind me. I don't know if you can see through the corners of the bivvy. But it feels like it's getting a bit cold, but I think it could also rain. Right, just a quick view. I brought my rods in. I'm bringing them in every 25-30 minutes. I'm recasting them, putting bait out there, you know, trying to create some interest. It's been a couple of hours since you last saw my last post, and no, I'm nothing yet. But I'm still keeping that bait going in. I'm not putting any more spod mix out. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll probably put half in what's left, half tomorrow morning, and probably the last half in the evening. You know, get plenty of bait in for last night. I'm just going to quickly show you my rig, and I've done it a bit different this time. As you know, I'm a big fan of the helicopter rig. In my opinion, there's only really one rig for the Roach. It's a fake maggot, short hook link, helicopter style, with a adrenaline feeder, bum feeder. But what else I've done is, normally I would use these little sinkers as my heli rig system, but instead I've used 2 float stops, and because these are tungsten, I've put one up the line just to help the line sink a little bit, you know, keep everything a bit more pinned. Because with this, I'm not putting any more maggots on the actual hook. I might put one on the feeder one, on this one, but with this one, no, I want it kind of like popped up a little, just a little. It don't pop up that much because the weight of the tungsten sleeve, you know, it pops it up a little, just keeps it out of harm's way. Well, that's the idea of that particular rig, but we'll see how that gets on this next couple of nights. I probably won't change this rig unless the feeder rig comes to its own. But I've always seemed to have done right well on tench with this rig. I mean, a lot of people use it. It's not a new rig or anything, you know. I mean, I've been using it for donkey's years, and you know, I tend to find that there's better things that come out every year. It's like these little sinkers here. No, I prefer them to make my helicopter rig. They're from Nash, and the tungsten, I think they're brilliant. But because the tungsten, I've used one as a, well, to be quite honest, I've only got another few left. I didn't really have enough to make up an actual rig, so I'm using float stops. The Predator ones from Fox. They're just as good. So that's why I've done it like that this time, but it keeps everything pinned, you know. And just imagine when it's pinned and this thing's up in the air and, you know, just wafting about a little bit and maggots round it. I think it'd be quite a good do, really. New to the feeder, and there's maggots in the feeder. It's very simple, is that rig. The second one is a new inline feeder, apparently from Preston. This is a 1.1 ounce lead feeder. It's inline. Can you see? It's a quick change system. You can just pop it off and put a bigger one of these on if you wanted to. You know, it's very straightforward, but it's a boat rig style. Same again. I've got a short hook link, you know, fluorocarbon, nice sharp 16 hook, Guru, with a fake maggot on it, and that's just fish with a tight line. There's no sinker or no on that because all the gubbins is at the front in it. So that I'll put a couple of maggots on there, and it's pretty much simple, really. I'm not, you know, people seem to make life hard work. I mean, you see, it's like my mate, he always makes his life bloody hard work when he's fishing. I'm like, there's no need for that, just simple tactics. You know, I mean, everybody has the way of fishing, don't they? But good God, he's terrible. You know, I have a few rigs in my armoury, and that's all I use. It just makes my life easier, you know. Sometimes you don't know what's bloody working, and you go through like 10 different bloody sorts of rigs. It's bloody hard work at times. So that's basically the two system I'm set. That's the two rigs I'm using. That's pretty much really to tell you. Apart from, I showed you earlier, I've got some fruit blended corn. It stinks because I put a bit of CSL with it just to give a bit more of a aroma. A cup of tea. Oh, I needed that. But something else I've been got here. Same again like yesterday, I forgot to pack my bloody reel, and it's just been a nightmare this session. I also forgot to bring my waterproof casing for my little action cam. Now, I've done a bit of footage with that this morning on my barrow. I literally buried my barrow from the car park to here, and I filmed it, stuck it on front of the barrow. And I forgot the waterproof housing, so I can't stick it in the water for you, so if I get a fish, I can't show you it being released. That's a bit, you know, a bit sad. I wanted to show that, but I'm just forgetting everything this recently. I don't know what's going on. I bought two of them. Two of those little only 45 quid. I thought, why not? Let's give it a bash. You know, you look at the GoPro ones, they're stupidly dear. And I mean, I'm no Steven Spielberg when it comes to directing and bloody doing my own films or all. You know, it's just something a bit different, isn't it? That's a plane now, if you can hear it. It's the RAF. There's an RAF base just over here. So it's going to be a cold night, I think. It's a nice evening as well. So just behind me, it looks a bit grey. So that's the ground bait. I've only brought a kilo in because I'm not going to use a lot. It smells really nice actually. Apparently a lot of these baits are tested in Holland, like your Sonia bait, stuff like that. Apparently they're all tested in Holland. There's a yellow one out. I think it's called a bream feeder. I've not used it personally myself, but it's like a very corny, mazy, fish mealy type of ground bait. I was going to buy one, but I got told to use this, and apparently that was all tested in Holland, where the big bream are, and you know what it's like in Holland, it's full of bream, innit? And they say it worked really well, and that's why it got released over here, but I've not used it yet. I might give it a go next time I'm actually bream fishing. But a bit more on Brasenose Two. As I was talking to Ian before, he says there's a lot, you know, there's a good head of tension here, and I didn't know that. You know, all the big ones are obviously manor, which I fish manor probably most of the time. But I think this spring I might have a bit of a go on here. I do like this lake. It's a nice lake. It's a big lake. I like big lakes. That's like my fetish, you know. I like fishing big lakes. I know it's a lot harder, but I think the rewards are more rewarding when you catch. And it's going to be a nice evening, I think. I'm looking forward to what it brings. And see, I've not been out for a few months. I think it's September last time I went fishing. September, and it's just been flat out at work then. You know, a lot of people ask me what I do. Basically, I work in the kitchen as a underwater technician, as I like to call myself, a pot washer. It's a good job. It's all right. It pays the bills, and it's just mainly to keep me fishing, really. But I've run. This is my last 7 days of holiday, and then they've run out. And that's it until bloody April. And I work weekends, so that's not a bad thing. I can come down when it's quiet in the week for a couple of days. So, and I'm hoping from March or beginning of April onwards. You know, I'm trying to get like a lot of holidays booked in now. So when it comes to them months, I get like 2 weeks off, a week, 2 separate weeks and start doing a bit of tench fishing, bream fishing. You know, I want to get to places where there's full of big bream. It's only day fishing though, but that's not a problem. I know it's near towards London way, but I can always get like a B&B or something just for 4 nights, just fishing the day, go to, I don't know, a Premier Inn, and then go back early in the morning and just keep fishing the same spot for 4 days. That was my plan. But I'm not going to tell you where that is. So that's what I'm hoping this time. But right now I need to concentrate on catching these bloody roach. But it's not very busy on here though. I know it's in the week and it's bloody January. But I thought it, because it's like a bit of a runsy water, I thought there'd be a few more people on. But who am I to argue? More room for me then, isn't it? So right, that's me done. I'll catch you all very soon. I'm hoping with a fish. Oh, see, a 2-pounder would be nice. Let's hope my luck don't carry on from last year, because it was shocking. Right, I've gone. Speak to you soon. Girls. See how it is, boys and girls, it's getting cold again. Quick update for you. I've put my 2 rods out again. I've been, for the last couple of hours, I've been changing every half an hour, 45 minutes, keep rebaiting. Another couple of hours I reckon they'll start. Well, it was about 7:30 last night when it started to get a lot of beeps and onwards. So I'm hoping that's going to happen again tonight. It's only, what time's it now? 5, so it's still early really. You know, if I'm gonna get a fish, I reckon it'll probably be in the dark. You know, I've had all my good fish usually either first thing in the morning or in the dark. I don't know why. You know, but let's see how it goes on tonight. It's a lovely evening, just a bit chilly. Just a bit chilly. Bird life have been a pain in the arse as well. Nudging everything and taking everything. Bloody things. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Got a couple of hours, I'll make my tea, I reckon. See, I'll be getting packed up probably about 6:30 tomorrow morning. I want to be away for it. I want to be across at the main yard, main car park, over at St John's there for a shower between 7:30 and 7:45. I want to be on the road for about just after 8, no later. But I might go fishing again this week. You know, I could go again. This time I won't go so far, I might just go to Whiteside. See if I can bag a fish or two up there. See how it goes. Woo! I think there's only me and another guy on. He's only just this minute come on. He's only up there. It's a bit further up from me. So this is peg 25. So I don't know what peg that is. Might be 26. Could be 24. I'm not so sure. But he's only been on what, an hour, 45 minutes. He's not been on long. There were a couple of guys over the far side of the lake. They'd gone. So there's only us two on, I think. This is Brasenose Two. There's two of us on. So that's weird. I know it's winter and it's middle of the week. It's going to be a little bit quieter, isn't it? But yeah, good evening. Right. I just can't wait for spring to start myself, so I can get on with some fishing. Two ducks there ready to cross my line. Better not. Git. Right. I'll make another cup of tea and then I'll speak to you all very soon. Right chaps, that's me done. Sorry again, I blanked. It's bloody cold. Probably about -2 this morning. Everything were white, solid. I'm freezing. I'm gonna go and get a shower. Me done. Till next time. Probably I'm gonna put it back in a few weeks, to be honest. You know, overnight or whatever. And you never know, do you? You never know what can happen. So I'm hoping next time I'll come on the video of Roach. But let's look at it. Not this week. But I've enjoyed myself as always, you know, and it's a lovely place to be down at Linear. So thanks for watching. Happy New Year to the people who follow me. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It means a lot. I put some links in the description below for this place and what have you. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all very shortly.